operation in Rafah to root out Hamas. Palestinians flee, fearing a full-scale invasion of the city. The World Food Program warning that would be catastrophic.
I'm Ramy Inocencio in Tel Aviv. Parts of Rafah are now abandoned as Israel pushes across southern Gaza. But the military has now struck northern Gaza too, fearing past gains may be lost.
The question, will Israel cross President Biden's red line next?
There are certain systems that we're not going to be supporting and supplying.
Also tonight.
And then we have a highly conflicted judge. He's corrupt and highly conflicted. So conflicted. There's never been a judge that's more conflicted.
Trump on the attack at a mega MAGA rally. His criminal trial set to resume with one-star witness. Plus, severe storms. This tornado touching down near Pittsburgh. More trouble on the way. In Western Canada, raging wildfires force thousands to evacuate. And later, we remember a Hollywood legend, Roger Corman, the B-movie filmmaker known for launching A-list careers.
If Hollywood's a high school, you're definitely the cool teacher.
I would think that would be a reasonable thing, the cool but slightly weird teacher.
This is the CBS Weekend News from New York with Jerika Duncan.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this Mother's Day. Today, the Biden administration delivered some of the strongest public criticism yet of Israel's conduct of the war in Gaza. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said Israeli tactics had failed to protect civilians in Gaza and failed to neutralize Hamas. The Israeli military today opened a new crossing into Gaza. It will allow aid to once again flow into the territory almost a week after Israel captured it and shut down the border crossing with Egypt. Israel urging more than 1 million civilians to get out of Rafah ahead of an expected push into the heart of the city. CBS's Ramy Inocencio is in Tel Aviv tonight with more. Ramy.
Good evening. Parts of the city of Rafah are now abandoned. People fleeing to the coast as Israel tries to eradicate Hamas from southern Gaza. But Israel's army has also now returned to fighting in northern Gaza. Senior military officials publicly fear past gains may be lost.
Warned by Israel's military of a major advance, the tens of thousands who fled to Rafah are fleeing again. This is the 10th time we're evacuating, said this man. I'm a journalist. I should be telling others where to go. Shattered neighborhoods of eastern Rafah are now eerily quiet. Those that haven't left caring for the wounded and for the dead. Israel's military says dozens of terrorists have been killed.
Our operations against Hamas in Rafah remains limited in scope.
But the army has launched a new operation in the north, saying Hamas is trying to re-establish itself there. In expanded strikes up and down the strip, the Israel Defense Forces said it hit more than 150 terror targets in the past day, with more funerals like these held in their wake. Outside her makeshift shelter, Jamila Abu Jabara lost nearly her entire family in an Israeli strike. My 8-year-old son's body is still under the rubble, she said. I'm waiting for a ceasefire to pull him out. She was a mother of 7 children. Her 10-year-old daughter, Dima, is the only survivor. She said, I wish this war would end. Many in Israel wish that too. Tonight, the country mourned its dead on its first Memorial Day since October 7th. But Netanyahu vowed to push on. Keep going until victory, he said. In Gaza, Abu Jabara wished she could have protected her 6 children. I wish I died and they had lived, she said. My message to any mother, see our lives and see our sorrows. I'm one of countless mothers who have lost.
And very public cracks are now appearing between Israel's government and its military, Jerika. Senior military leaders are demanding Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu decide what will replace Hamas as the governing body in Gaza, or risk Israel being stuck there and with no way out.
Ramy Inocencio reporting in Tel Aviv. Thank you. Israel's actions have strained relations with its most important ally, the United States. CBS's Skylar Henry is at the White House. Skylar, it seems like communication is key here.
That's absolutely right, Jerika. Even today, the U.S. and Israel are staying in regular communication.
トトちゃん、戻んな戻んな、トトちゃん。旅行に。もうちょっと離れるか。トトちゃん2つも食べなかったっけ？これ美味しかった。帰るよ。カニカマ食ってにお腹見せると白いんだけどあ、出てきたあ、牛じゃなくてここなんだ